Hi, good morning. I'm doing a impromptu class today. It is my birthday on Monday, so I'm going to take the weekend off and just kind of enjoy myself and relax. So I'm going to do the class today so that you can do it on Instagram Live or not Instagram TV or on YouTube over the weekend or whenever you have the time to do it. So thanks for joining me. I'm Megan. I'm a physical therapist and Pilates instructor, and we're going to be doing a 45-minute class today with a small resistance ball. It's about 9 inches. If you don't have a ball, you can use a small pillow. If you have any trouble with your knees, you can just kind of fold up a towel and put it under your knees, or just make sure that you have a really nice cushioned mat to use. So all right, 45 minutes, we're going to get started. Okay, so we're going to begin in a standing position here, and your feet are going to be hip distance apart. I'm actually going to come behind my mat here. Okay, so I want you to begin bending your knees, reaching your arms out forward, inhaling, and then exhale, press up nice and straight. And inhale, reach those arms out forward. And exhale, lifting up, pulling in through the navel, reaching tall through the crown of the head. Inhale to bend, and exhale to press. We're going to do 2 more times here. Sitting the hips back towards the heels. Good, and now I want you to stay in this bent knee position. Let's place our hands on our hips, and I want you to lift your left heel up here, and then place it back down. And lift the right heel and lower down. So this whole time you're focusing on keeping a nice long spine, long through the crown of the head, out through the tailbone. Good, not arching through the lower back. Nice work. Relax the shoulders down the back. And now you're going to stay with your left heel lifted. Go ahead and pick that foot up off the ground and place it back down. So you're not tilting too far over that supporting leg. You're staying square with the shoulders and the hips. Just kind of testing out the balance here. Good. 2 more lifts. And now on this next one, you're going to keep the leg lifted off the ground. Reach your arms out forward and then sweep them back behind you. Good. Inhale, lift forward. And exhale, pull back. So most of the weight is in your heel here. You're drawing in through the navel, not pushing the ribs forward. Good. If you feel like you're really off balance here, you can go close to a wall and hold on with one hand, or just place your toes down. And last time. Good. Really heating up those glutes. And lift up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders out, and we'll do the other side. So soften the knees, and you're going to transfer your weight into the left foot. Hands are on the hips, and now just begin picking that foot off the ground and tap it down. And lift it off. Good, and tap it down. Relax the shoulders. Each time you lift the foot off the ground, pull back a little bit more through the center. Really nice work. And last time, keep the leg lifted. You're going to reach your arms out forward and then sweep them back behind you. Good, we're going nice and slow and steady, keeping the arms as straight as you can. Again, not tilting too far over that supporting leg. Very nice work. 2 more times, reaching forward and back. Try not to speed up like I was there last time. Good, place the foot down, lift up nice and tall, and just circle the arms out a couple of times. All right, very nice. So we're going to make our way down to the mat here. And you're going to place the ball in between your inner thighs and just lift up nice and tall in this position. So we're finding our center over top of the knees, lifting up tall through the crown of the head. And you're going to begin reaching your arms forward, sending your hips back, and then lifting up nice and tall. And now the arms are going to reach out to the sides of the room and then back forward. So, sorry, I'm switching up the arms here. They're going to come back with you and lift up tall, arms open out, and then they reach forward. So shifting the hips back towards the heels, hinging at the hips, and lift up tall. Good. Try not to push the hips too far forward, staying stacked over top of the knees. And arms come forward and out to the sides. Good. Now on your next one, I want you to stay back in this position here. And you're just going to do little lifts with the arms, trying not to push the ribs forward. Your palms are facing the ceiling here. Good, and you're staying open through the collarbones, squeezing in slightly on that ball. Good, and now I want you to begin folding at the elbows and then pressing the arms back straight. Really soften through the feet, trying not to grip and control here. Staying engaged with your glutes. Really nice. We're going to do 3 more times here. And 2. And 1. Good, and now reach your arms out forward and sweep them back behind you. Good, so you're staying in this hinge position. Really working the upper back and in through the triceps, through the back of the arms here. Still staying soft through the feet and drawn up through the center. Good, 3 more times. Really reaching long through the fingertips each way, not getting sloppy and loose with the arms. And last time. And reaching back, good, lifting up nice and tall. And now you're going to place your hands down onto the mat. And you're just going to begin shifting your weight forward over your hands here. And then slightly back behind, really reaching long through the spine, out through the neck. Just warming up through the wrists a little bit. Good. So we're not arching the back or falling into the abdominals. We're staying lifted the whole time. Good, nice work. And now I want you to shift your weight forward. You're going to stay forward and begin bending at the elbows slightly and then press to straighten. So a little bend of the elbows and lift to straighten. Good, you're going to do 3 more times here. Bending and straightening. And 2. And last one. Lifting up. Good, begin tucking the toes under and you're going to shift your weight back, reaching your arms out forward. Good, just finding length through the spine here. And you're going to begin pulling yourself forward into a nice strong plank position. Find this position here, one straight line from your head to your heels. And then begin bending the knees back to a hover. And then pulling the weight forward over the hands into that starting position. So you're pressing through the hands, shifting the weight back. And then pulling yourself forward. It's a nice continuous motion here. You're not stopping and starting. Good, you're staying grounded and supported through the hands and the feet. Pressing in slightly on that ball through the inner thighs, the pelvic floor. Good, 2 more times. And last time, shifting the weight back to that hover. And pulling forward. Good, stay in this position. And you're just going to do little squeezes in on that ball. Not from the knees. It's coming from the inner thighs. your deep abdominal muscles, the pelvic floor. You're going to do 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Soften the knees, untuck the toes. Good, and lift yourself up onto your knees. And just do a few nice arm circles here to release. Good, okay, you're going to come back down onto your hands and knees again. So your hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips, and your weight is slightly shifted forward over your hands. You're going to begin reaching your right hand back behind you, finding length, and place it back down. And reach long through that left arm, and place it back down. Good. So we're not shifting a lot side to side here. Staying centered over the knees, equal weight in both knees. That's the challenge here. As you pick up one arm, you really want to shift into that opposite knee. Good. And now I want you to stay with the right arm lifted, keeping that elbow nice and straight. Just do little lifts with that arm. Keeping the weight forward over your supporting hand, but not locking out that elbow. Good. Staying engaged here through the center, not pushing the ribs forward. And then do a little fold of the elbow and press straight. Little bend, little straight. Nice work, 2 more times. And last time, good, replace that hand down. You're still slightly squeezing in on that ball, reaching the left arm back behind you, and little pulses up. The palm is facing the ceiling. You're staying nice and wide through your supporting hand. Little soften of the elbow. Good, a little squeeze in on that ball. Really good work. And now bend the elbow and press to straighten. Make sure your shoulder isn't coming up towards your ear. Little pressure inward on that ball. Nice work for 3 more. See how it's shaking like crazy? 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Replace that hand. And you're going to lift up onto the knees here. And just do a few nice arm circles to release. Okay, so now we're going to do some leg work. You're going to take the ball and place it underneath of your right hand. Your knees are still hip width apart. And just do a little bit of shifting forward and back here. Trying to find the center. Good. Connecting to your core. Really pulling in, staying engaged and lifted. And not sinking in through the upper back. So go ahead and center your weight here. You're just going to begin bending your supporting elbow a little bit and then press to straighten. Little bend and straighten. Good, 3 more times. Really trying to keep the weight equal in the knees. And 2. And 1 more time. Awesome work. So now go ahead and you're going to extend your opposite leg of the ball out straight up from the hip. And I want you to tap your toes down and lift back up. So you're tapping the toes and lifting the leg to hip height. Good. So try not to have too much pressure through the hand that's on the ball. And try not to lock out your supporting elbow. You're staying engaged with the core here. 2 more times. And last time. Keep the leg lifted, little pulses up. Really nice. Try to keep the leg as straight as you can. You're lifting from that little smile line underneath of your seat where your hamstring connects to the glute. Awesome work, 2 more. And now I want you to pull the knee into the chest. You're going to round the spine. And then you're going to lengthen the leg out and roll the ball out. Good. So roll the ball in. Round the spine, drawing in And then lengthen out, really nice and straight. Good, exhale, pulling in, staying supported through the core, and reaching through the fingers and through the toes. 2 more here. And lengthen out. And last time. And lengthen out. Good, really nice work. You're going to make your way down onto your left side, your left elbow. And your knees are going to be stacked here on top of each other. Hips are stacked and you're supported and lifted out of this bottom elbow. So go ahead and bring your hips up off the mat. You can always choose to keep the hips down. And you're just going to begin rotating that top knee up to the ceiling. Good. So with doing all of these leg movements, it's really easy to get kind of caught up and focused on the legs and think it's mostly a leg exercise, but really it's a core exercise, total body exercise with all of this stuff. Good. 2 more rotations here. And last time. Good, now I want you to dip your knees together. You're going to separate the feet and then bring that leg straight out from the hip. So you're going to tap the knees together and lengthen the leg straight out. Good. If at any point you get too tired, too much pressure through that bottom shoulder and elbow, you can put the hips down. And last time, keep that leg extended. You're going to place the ball onto the leg, and then you're going to reach the foot and the ball away from each other, and then bring them back together. So open apart here, inhale, and exhale, bring them back in. So that bottom oblique, bottom side of the waist, bottom hip is really working hard to keep yourself supported here. 2 more times. Good. Whew. And last time. Nice work. Good. Close the knees together. Lower yourself down and lift up. Place the ball on the outside of the feet and reach up and over. Give yourself a little stretch here. Just breathe. Okay. It's a lot of work through that left arm. Okay, so we're going to do all the same on the other side. The ball is going to go underneath of your left hand now. And your right hand is supporting you. Knees are hip distance apart. So we're going to shift forward and back again. Trying to find the center. Good, just really staying engaged and supported through the spine. Finding length out the crown of the head, out through the tailbone. Good, 2 more times. Shifting back and forward. Good, so a little bit more weight is through the arms and the knees. And just begin bending your supporting arm and lengthen out straight. Inhale to lower the chest and exhale to press. Good, try as best as you can not to shift your weight back towards your heels. That takes the work out of the arms. 2 more times. And last time. Good, really nice work. Now you're going to lengthen through, your right leg. I almost started doing the left side again. So you're finding length with that foot still on the floor. Really staying strong through your core, and lift your leg straight up to hip height and then tap it back down. So you're going to exhale and lift and lower back down. Inhale. You're lifting from that smile line under your seat and keeping the hips as square to the floor as you're able to, not opening up to the side of the room. Keeping the shoulders relaxed down the back. Good, and now keep the leg up to hip height, little lifts here. Lifting, not sinking in through the shoulders. You almost want to feel like you're pushing your upper back up towards the ceiling to kind of hollow out that area. Good, and now lengthen through the ball arm. You're going to pull the ball underneath of you, round the spine as the knee draws forward, out nice and straight. Inhaling and exhale. And inhale, lengthen. And exhale, pulling in. So you're drawing in strong through your center as you round the spine. Pulling the elbow and the knee underneath of you. And lengthen out. Inhale. And exhale. Really hard work. And one more time. And inhale, lengthen. Good, really nice job. So now you're going to make your way down onto your right side. I'm just going to spin around so you can still see me. And you're going to be down onto this right elbow. Your hips are stacked, your knees are stacked, and that top hand is just resting on top of the ball. And remember your options, you can just stay down onto the floor with the hips down, or you can choose to lift the hips up into like a nice side lifted position. And just begin rotating the top knee up and down. Good, try to take the same option as you did on the other side. Just so you're balanced and you're equal here. Really nice job. 2 more times. And last time. Good, now you're going to tap the knees together, separate the feet, and bring your legs straight out from the hip. So you're going to tap and lengthen. Good, tap and lengthen and reach. Push the hips forward. Good, and last time. Lengthen that leg out. Place the ball on top of the thigh, and then you're going to reach your foot down to the floor, reach the ball overhead, and bring them to connect. Inhale to open. Exhale to connect. Good. 2 more times. Try not to speed it up. Last time. And go ahead and bring the knees together. Lift yourself off that bottom elbow and place the ball on the outside of the feet. Reach your top arm up and side bend over. Awesome work. Okay, so you're going to make your way onto your bottom in a seated position. And the ball is going to go in between your inner thighs, a few inches above your knees, and your feet are going to be together. If that's too uncomfortable, your feet can be hip distance apart. So find a nice lift here. Good. Find a nice tall spine, your head stacked on top of your shoulders. Your shoulders are stacked on top of your hips here. And you're drawing back slightly through the abdominals. Just hold on lightly behind the thighs. Inhale here. And exhale. Tuck the hips under. Round through the lower back. Lengthen the arms out straight. And then bring yourself up nice and tall. So the arms are just kind of facilitating the movement a little bit, but you're really staying supported through the center. The work is happening through the abdominals. And then bring yourself up nice and tall through the crown of the head. And exhale, you're rounding back. Good, hold this position here. And find a round shape with your arms. Your fingertips are touching. And you feel like you're holding a nice big beach ball. Just begin reaching your arms up a few inches and lowering back down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more times. And last time. So the higher you go with the arms, the more resistance there is on the core. Bring yourself up nice and tall. And then you're going to round back again. And open the arms out to the side slightly. Bring them back in and then lift up a few inches and lower down. So try not to lose your connection here. Arms open slightly. And then lift and lower down. And they open and close. Lift a little bit and lower down. more times each way. Relax through the shoulders and the jaw. Don't create tension there. And bring yourself up nice and tall through center. So last thing, we're going to do some figure eights with the arms. I want you to roll halfway back. Keep the same shape of the arms. You're going to lift the arms up through center and then rotate, 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 and then circle up and around, and rotate, 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 and circle up and around. So be careful that your knees aren't coming with you. They are staying stable and separate from the arms. You're rotating belly button up in this motion. And rotate, rotate, rotate. Good. One more time each way and rotate. And again this way. Good. Reach your arms through center and you're going to roll the whole way down. Arms continue overhead. They're going to circle out to the sides. So knock over your plant and roll up the whole way. Good. Okay, so now you're going to place the ball onto the floor or on your mat, and your feet are going to go on top of the ball. Your hands are slightly back behind you. You're staying light through the arms, but you're hinged slightly back away from the front of the thighs. Make sure your feet aren't in too close together towards you. Your feet are touching, your knees are separated. You're going to roll the ball out, zip up through the inner thighs, and then bring the ball back in, your knees open. So you're going to extend and reach through the toes and allow it to bend. Good, really zipping up through the inner thighs, connecting to your core. 2 more times here. Good, again, you're staying light through the arms. And 1 more time. Good, now you're going to add in an upper body lean or tilt away from the legs, and then everything comes in together. So a little bit back and coming in. Good, so you will feel a little bit of work through the triceps, but you don't want to get too heavy in through the arms here. 2 more times. And last time. Good, now if you can, I want you to reach your arms out forward, and you're going to tilt slightly back here. I want you to squeeze your knees together, open the arms out to the sides, and then open the knees, bring the hands together. So you're squeezing the knees together, pulling in through the center, and then switch. So you're rotating. Good. Try to find work happening through the side of the hips as the knees open. Oops. And 2 more times. Last time. Good. You're going to lift up, bring your feet onto the ground, open the knees out into a nice butterfly position, and roll the ball out ahead of you here. Good, bring yourself upright here, and you're going to place the ball in between your ankles or your shins, and you're going to roll yourself back onto the mat here. My hair is kind of in the way. Okay, so I want you to press into your feet. Your feet are slightly separated at the toes, and your heels are more angled in towards each other. Your knees are slightly open. Now let's bring your arms out into a T position here. Palms are facing the ceiling. You're going to press into the feet and roll the hips up into a bridge position. And inhale in this position. Exhale, peel and lay the spine back down. Good. And roll the hips back up. So we're getting a little bit of length through the hip flexors, stretching your knees beyond your toes, stretching out through the neck. And then slowly lay the spine back down onto the mat. And rolling back up. arms down by your sides, and you're going to roll the spine back up. And I want you to begin bending the elbows. You're going to circle the hands out to the sides of the room and then straighten them back out. So you're keeping the elbows in towards your sides and rotating around. If you've ever done reformer work with your hands in the straps, try to engage and initiate that sensation in the back of the triceps. Getting a little work in through the rotator cuff here. Good job. And now we're going to roll the spine back down, piece by piece. And slowly come back up. Good. Holding at the top. And now you're going to reverse, so circle out to the sides first and then press the hands away. So you're rotating out and pressing down. We're going to do 3 more here. Good. Try not to fold in on yourself. Have a little space in between your chin and your throat. And last time. Good. Place the hands down. And the hands are going to stay down. I just want you to hover the heels. Squeeze in slightly on that ball. And then lower the heels. So hover the heels and press, and lower the heels. Hover the heels up, squeeze in slightly on that ball, and lower back down. We're going to do 2 more times. And last time. Good. Lower the heels, and then slowly lay the spine back down onto the mat. All right, very good. So hug your knees in for a moment here. And you're going to place the ball underneath of your right foot. Okay, and your left leg is up in tabletop position. Hands cradle the head. Elbows are slightly lifted. And I just want you to begin reaching that left leg out and drawing it back in. So make sure you have a nice grip on the ball with the right foot. Your right foot is centered on top of the ball. You're staying wide and flat through the front of the pelvis. Good job. 2 more times here. And last time. Good. Lift the head and shoulders slightly off the mat here. And you're going to lengthen that leg out again and rotate toward, You're going to lengthen the leg out and rotate towards your ball leg. And then come back to center, roll the ball leg out. So you're going to rotate and then come back to center. And rotate and center. 2 more times here. And now I want you to stay rotated to the ball leg. And you're just going to keep switching the legs back and forth here. And switch. And switch and reach. Good. 2 more times. And last time. Good. Now lengthen that leg out. You're going to reach your arms forward towards that foot and then back behind the head. Reach the arms forward. Lift up a little higher and back behind the head. Make sure you're still staying wide and flat through the front of the pelvis. Last time, reaching forward and back behind the head. Center yourself and lower down. Good. So now I want your arms to be out to the sides here. Again, and you're going to lengthen your your left leg straight up towards the ceiling. Slightly rotate that leg out to the side, and you're going to begin making little circles with that leg. Try to keep your foot steady on the ball. That knee is staying stacked over top of your ankle. And you really have to focus on keeping your opposite hip stable and pulled back into the mat. And now let's go the other way. Down through center, out and around. And hold. 2 more times. drawing nice circles here. Shoulders are staying pulled back into the mat. Nice work. Okay, so now we're going to switch sides. Your other foot will be on top of the ball. Right leg is in tabletop. Your hands are cradling your head, but the upper body's staying down for now. And just begin lengthening that leg out and pulling it back in. So you're finding length through the front of the thighs. You reach out through the toes and back in. Your lower back isn't pulling away from the mat or pressing into the mat here. Do a nice neutral spine, little space underneath of the lower back. And now curl up your head and shoulders. You're going to continue lengthening that leg out and pulling it in. Staying engaged with the core here. Good. And now you're going to add in that rotation. So you're going to rotate towards the ball leg and then switch the legs and just center the upper body. So you're going to rotate and find your center. Good, really reaching out as you straighten each leg. Not pulling that knee too far in close to your body. Two more times. And now on your next one, you're going to stay rotated to the side with the upper body and just continue switching the legs back and forth. Try to keep both shoulder blades equally lifted off the mat here. Two more switches. And now the ball leg is nice and straight. You're going to reach your arms on the diagonal and then bring them back behind your head. And reach the arms forward and back behind the head. Inhale to reach, exhale back. Two more times. And last time, reaching back behind the head. Bring yourself through center and lower yourself down. So center your foot if you came off the ball like I did. And bring your arms out into a T position. You're lengthening your right leg up towards the ceiling. Find a little turnout from the thigh, rotating from the side of the hip. And just begin bringing that leg out to the side, circling down, around, and up and hold through center. Inhale and exhale. Lift. Good. You're staying steady with the foot on the ball. Steady with your opposite hip. Try not to rock toward your moving leg. That is easy to do. Try to make your circle a little smaller if you feel like you're really wobbly. And last time. Good. Now you're going to reverse, so you're going to draw down through center and then open up and around and hold it at the top. And inhale. Exhale, up and hold. Two more times. One more time. Good. Go ahead and grab the ball with your feet. And it's going to be in between your ankles. Just hold slightly behind the thighs and find a little rocking motion. Bring yourself up into a nice balanced position here. And you're going to do 3 rolling like a ball, pulling back through the center, rolling onto the shoulders. And inhale back. Exhale. Whew. Kept going forward there. And inhale. And exhale. Nice job. Go ahead and place the feet down. Place the ball outside the feet and just roll forward there a little bit. Releasing through the inner thighs. Pulling back through the center. Good. Okay, so I want you to come up onto your knees here. And we're going to do a little bit more work through the legs. A little bit more work. A little bit more work through your side body here. So you're going to extend your left leg straight out to the side and place the ball out to the opposite side of your supporting leg. and your fingertips are just reaching lightly on that ball. You're going to roll the ball out to the side and then lift up through the waist. So you're going to roll that ball out, arm reaches overhead, try not to fold in on the body, and then you're lifting up through this side of the waist. Pulling back through your center here. 2 more times, rolling that ball out, not folding in on yourself. And now on the next one, you're going to roll out and transfer your weight into that ball hand. Get light through your other leg and lift that leg up to hip height and tap it down. And lift it up and tap it down. Good, you're staying bright through the chest. Good, not putting too much pressure through that ball arm. Good, 2 more times. And last time. Good, place that foot down. And then you're going to place the ball onto that leg. Just roll up and over, rolling the ball down the leg and lifting up. And rolling the ball down the leg. Give yourself a little stretch here. And 1 more time. Good job. All right, so keep the ball in this hand, and you're going to shift your weight forward onto your hands, and you're going to lift this leg up to the side and tap it down, and you're going to do a little fold at the elbows and press back up. Lift that leg up and lower down and fold at the elbows and press up. 2 more times. And bend and straighten, and last time, and bend and straighten. Good, plant that foot down again and reach that ball arm straight out to the side. I want you to rotate and open up towards the ceiling. Give yourself a nice stretch, even open up through the hips, and then square yourself back to the floor. Inhale, open up, enjoy this stretch. And then come back to center and rotate, open, and back to center. Square the shoulders to the floor, hips to the floor, and 1 more time. Good. Come back to center. You can reach the ball forward and set your hips back towards your heels. Roll up through the spine, and we'll do the other side. So knee is underneath of the hip, and the other leg is extended out to the side. You're going to bring the ball out to the outside of your supporting leg, and your fingertips are pretty light on that ball. You're going to roll the ball out to the side, not folding in on yourself, and then roll the ball in, lifting up onto the fingertips. And rolling over, pulling back through the center. Good, so you're lifting up through the side of the waist to bring yourself light on that ball. And side bend over. And lifting up. And 2 more times. And 1 more time. Now you're going to stay here, transfer your weight a little bit more into your hand and get light through your straight leg. Lift it up to hip height and lower down. So you're pulling back through the center, pushing the hips forward. Good. Imagine you're in between 2 panes of glass here. You want to stay as flat as you can in through the ribs, pulling in the hips. Last time. Lifting and lowering. Good, plant that foot down. Then you're going to bring the ball onto that straight leg and just roll it down the leg. Give yourself a nice stretch here. And lifting up. And roll the ball down. And lifting up. 1 more time. And lifting up. Good, bring the ball onto the floor. And your hand onto the floor. You're going to shift your weight forward here. And I want you to get light through that foot again, and you're going to lift that leg straight up to the side, lower down, and bend the elbows, and press up. So lift the leg up, and lower down, little bend, and straighten 3 more times, lifting and lowering, good. So when you are lifting that leg, your toe and your knee are pointing forward towards your whatever device you're watching this on. And last time, and lower, good, little bend, and straighten, good. Lengthen that ball straight out from your shoulder. You're going to press through your bottom hand and bottom knee, open up to the ceiling, and then square yourself down to the floor. And you're going to rotate and open. Inhaling here, and exhale, come back to the floor. 3 more times, inhale, and exhale, and 2 more. And just last time, opening, and square yourself, good, bring the ball back down to the floor, shift your leg back towards your heel, stretching out through that inner thigh. Very nice work. So just place the ball off to the side, and you're going to lift up onto your knees here, find a nice tall spine. And just do a nice couple of breaths in through the nose, and out through the mouth. You can close your eyes, just try to settle your mind and your breath. Inhale, and exhale. Gently open your eyes. Thank you so much. 45 minutes flew by today, and I'm feeling really warm, and I feel very centered and grounded, so I hope that you do too. Thanks for joining. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm really pleased that you were able to join today, so thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. All right, bye.